Hi, everyone. I am finally live. I'm sorry that I pushed it back a half hour. I was actually on a different channel called 02 Maniac. You guys should go over and listen to their live. They were looking at different videos and commenting on them that Casey and I had both made about this case. So it was really interesting. I kind of didn't jump in until the very, very end. But they had a lot of good comments that they made in the meantime. So definitely something to look into. Hi, Gabby. How are you tonight? So tonight I don't really have very much of a game plan. I have been trying to make a happy birthday video for Ariel all week. Um, Something is going on with my computer. Every time that I try to screen record it, it's not working. The video software, it keeps freezing at a certain point. So what I did was I'm just going to live stream the PowerPoint and we'll go from there, just so you guys can see all of the combined wishes that you guys made for her. It's really beautiful, honestly, how many people shared their love for her and came out for her. I also wanted to say thank you to you guys. I asked for 500 subs so that we could get our community wall, so that we can post her pictures on my Facebook and other missing posters on my Facebook, or not Facebook, YouTube wall. And you guys were great. And we're up to 513, I believe. So thank you guys for joining the Sleuth Mom family. Like, I really appreciate that. Um, the more subscribers that we get, obviously, the more attention is going to be brought to this case. And that's what we need. We need all eyes on these missing children that aren't getting coverage otherwise. So, like, subscribe, all of the things so that we can get these people out there and get their faces shown, not just Ariel, but all the children that I cover. Hi, Princess. Hi, Kerwin. You're a search and rescue volunteer. You was deployed for Ariel. I just want to say to Kerwin, thank you so much for what you do. To be a search and rescue volunteer, it can't be easy. I can't imagine some of the situations that you guys get put in. So God bless you for being willing to go out and search. Some people can make YouTube videos and other people can be boots on the ground like you. And I can't even imagine what it would be like to be in those situations that you guys get put in. So thank you for that. So like I was saying, guys, go over and watch the 02 Maniac video. It was really good. From what I seen, I was only on for about the last hour, but they had a lot of good comments that they made about Ariel's disappearance. Let me screen share this video for you guys, and we will see if it works. Hold on one second. Can you post a link? Yeah, I will put the link to that in my description. Let me see if I have it. One second. It wasn't a YouTube video. It was just, yes, thank you. 511 subs. I'm so excited. I hope that you're feeling good, Savage. Okay, so this is the channel that I was on. That's their Facebook page, and the video will be there. I think you can just copy and paste this link. I don't think you're going to be able to click on it. I will put it in the description of this video, though, whenever we are finished here. Glad I caught you. I was signing the test lab. Are you talking about the trace lab? Good. I'm glad to hear that you're doing better, Miss Savage. I do want to ask everybody who's watching this. I know we have 18 people watching right now. please go and fill out the form for Trace Labs. I'll also add that to the description here. It's also in the Facebook group, Where is Isabella slash Ariel Sellers. We are filling out forms for Trace Lab. Trace Lab is an organization. They are nonprofit, and what they do is look into internet history, phone history, all of the different things that go to, where when you hit delete, stuff disappears, but it doesn't go away. It just gets put into a backwards folder. And these guys look through those folders and find evidence of crimes. So if there is any digital evidence on this, they will be able to find it. So please, everybody who's watching this, go out and fill out their their form, so that maybe they will look into Isabella's case. Okay, so let me play this video for you guys. It's a little bit long, but it's because there's so many birthday wishes, and I really appreciate that. Like I said, I was trying to post this for the couple days there, and I could not get it to stop freezing in the middle. I'm not sure why. Let me see.
You be the birthday girl, you be the birthday girl, you be the birthday girl, you be the birthday girl. I'm praying for you today, although it's so many good days. Be the birthday girl, you be the birthday girl, you be the birthday girl. I'm praying for you today, although it's so many good days. Enjoy your birthday, my baby. Praying for you today, although it's so many good days. Enjoy your birthday, my baby. Birthday girl, I'm praying for you today, although it's so many good days. Enjoy your birthday, my baby. My prayer for you today, although it's so Spirit, you are welcome here. Come flood this place and fill the atmosphere. You're way from England. Right, let him up in the sky then so she can find her way home. Whee! There they go. Okay, we're hoping to home soon. Happy 7th birthday, Ariel. Happy birthday, Ariel. Happy birthday, Ariel.
Go ahead, let him go. Yes.
Sorry.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Ariel. I hope you find your way home, baby girl. Working right, so I had to do it this way. Not my preferred method, but I felt like it was important to put it all together for people who don't have Facebook. There are people following this case that don't have Facebook that didn't get to see all the beautiful things that were posted. I'm sure I missed at least one person's post. I didn't do it intentionally. If I did, I apologize. But I got as many as I could find in the chat and stuff. So, you know, the video makes me emotional. Seeing all the birthday wishes makes me emotional, but not in a bad way. It motivates me more than anything. Um, we had her birthday without her, and it just like relit a fire of motivation and, yeah, princess, anger. You know, she said, "This angers me. Ain't nobody in this world gonna stop me from posting and exposing the truth and putting pressure where it belongs." It's exactly it. I am done tiptoeing around this case. I am done. And I mean, I wouldn't say I was necessarily tiptoeing. I was trying to leave room for the benefit of the doubt, but we are well beyond that. Um, I have I've been praying a lot lately about the things that need to be done in this case. And, it has put a whole new outlook on things, I suppose. As a community, we need to be more motivated to help this family. This is their first time ever going through this. God forbid it ever happen again. But as a community, we need to stand behind them and help continue to push this and help them figure this out, help them navigate their way through this terrible time. We don't know where she is. They don't know where she is, and as stressed out and upset as it makes me, I'm a stranger, you know. Um I I don't know her. I don't know her family longer than the last 2 months. I can't even imagine the way that her family feels, and the stress and anxiety and pressure and everything else, with everybody looking at them, trying to look to them for direction. They may not have it. They're new to all this. It's not like you wake up every day and plan for what to do if one of your relatives go missing. It's so very sad. It's disgusting, these children missing. Yes. Yes, Holly. And then, you want to really get a fire lit the following morning after this video, after the banners and everything were hung. Somebody ripped some of the banners down off of the brown fence. Those beautiful pictures that the kids made were ripped down and laying on the ground whenever a family member went up the following morning. And they rehung them on the other fence. But somebody really went out there during the night sometime and ripped some of the things off the fence. And it just, makes me very angry, because why would you do that? And I'm not going to say it was the Kaluas because I have no proof of that. Um, it could have been some random person, but whoever it was, you should be ashamed of yourself. We have people out here trying to do what they can to get through this, and what people felt they needed to do was celebrate her birthday and make these beautiful things, and you ripped them down. Why? Yeah, maybe the responsible person responsible for. Kerwin Lum, are you still watching? Someone in the chat wants to know. Ignorance, pure ignorance, to be that low in the oil in the brain to remove anything. Karma comes back in a way that it's put out. I truly believe that. God will have his justice someday. It doesn't mean that we will ever see it, but someday retribution happens for the things that you do in life. I do believe that as well. I really do. I just want to figure out the best way that we can help this family now. Court is it's after midnight where I am here. So it's in 6 days for me. We are still 8,000 away from the retainers for the lawyer. And the lawyer is kind of talking them through things and, giving them the verbal things, directions of what to do. But she herself is not filling out paperwork. She's not going to get information for them yet because they don't have the money. She could get the 911 call for us. She could get the CPS records for us. She could get a lot of things for us that she's not right now because we don't have the money yet. And I am not typically a push a GoFundMe type of person. I don't like them. I don't think that they are usually a good thing in most cases. However, this family really does need a lawyer. Not only is Ariel missing, so they're dealing with that, but they have 3 kids in the foster care system that they are trying to stop from going back into this household with these monsters. I'm going to call it like I see it. They are horrible people. Horrible. And I don't care what church you think they go to and who you think they are and how much you think they changed from their past and everything else like that. I don't care what you think about them. I'm telling you, they are monsters. Whether they directly are responsible for her disappearance or not, I don't know. I will not say that they are 100% guilty because I have no proof of that. However, I will tell you that they are at least negligent parents. They at least ignored the fact that their child, quote unquote, liked to sleep in the yard. They lied about her being autistic in the beginning to make it look like that's why she would walk away. They referred to her as a foster child instead of an adopted child, instead of their baby, whenever she disappeared. There's a lot of things that they did that points to the fact that, they're just not the parents that people think they are. And so we want to make sure these children don't go back into that home. I had a loved one went missing. There needs to be a professional search with lots of volunteers. If we can find someone with special dogs, some will do it for free. So, Tammy, I hope that the family reached out to Adventures with a Purpose. I hope that the family reached out to Texas EquiSearch or EquiSearch Midwest. I had given them all that information. I also gave them the Class Foundation information. Other people gave them Class Foundation's information. So I hope that they reached out to all these organizations and maybe someone will come out. I can't do it for them because unfortunately, most of these organizations require family members to do it. Can we trust this lawyer? Yes, I believe that we can trust the lawyer. Not only are they talking to this lawyer and they currently have her, they are also looking into a lawyer from New York City to help them prosecute against CPS itself for the negligence that happened in this case. So they are talking to Bikers Against Child Abuse International, who hopefully is going to come on this case and help out, because that's what we need. We need organizations that are loud, that make noise, that will come in and help us blow this up so that it can't be ignored, so that we can change laws in her name. Lots of red flags. They're evil along with the social workers. Yeah, the social workers in this case are disgusting. Um, they're just disgusting. I can't picture ever being in an organization that's supposed to help children and then going on their missing persons pages and commenting in their groups. That's just my opinion. I'm not saying that every social worker is bad. I understand that there are good social workers out there. However, these ones that have commented are not it. The child who wasn't adopted yet and still in foster care will not go back to them. I hope that's true. But as of right now, November 16th is the court date for that. Unless you know something different, Soapbox. Do you know if that was canceled? Because as of what I was told shortly ago, it's still on for November 16th. Soapbox, I seen your request to join the group earlier. Your profile's very new and very empty, so I denied you. If you want to send me a private message so that I know that you're not just a troll, I can let you in. Just like I said, send me a private message. So I don't know, guys. I just kind of wanted to come on and talk about whatever you guys wanted to talk about. Show you guys this birthday video, get everybody motivated. We got to get everybody on the same page, one team, one fight for these children, not just Ariel, but her sisters as well. But we also need, to make sure that Ariel's case does not go cold. We need to start demanding answers from these police officers who are quiet. They might still be investigating, which is great, but we could use an update. And I realize they can't put out information, but even just telling us how many tips there are or something so that we know that they're still looking for her. There are way too many people who go missing in Hawaii that just stay missing. And so we want to make sure that that doesn't happen. I'm in their group, Bikers Against Abused, and they are sent in from my state because they don't have a chapter in Hawaii. Okay. They don't have a chapter in Hawaii. Hopefully, they will still send people there or motivate bikers in that area. No, that's fine. And I'm not against private accounts. Like I said, we were just being a little bit cautious because it was so blank. Just send me a private message, Soapbox. You don't have to reveal who you are. I just want to touch base and make sure, that you're not Lehua Kalua, for example. For all I know, you could be. Soapbox. You would not be the first Kahlua or the first CPS worker that has tried to come into our group or has been in our group. So, again, I wanted to say thank you to everybody who subscribed. We're at 515. I just looked again. It keeps going up. You guys are so awesome. Every subscriber we get, it goes towards the cause, honestly, because the more subscribers we have, the more views that we will get from random people outside of our group. And that's what we want. We want people outside of our group to see this case or all the cases. It's not just Ariel. I do look at other cases as well. She is just my primary focus because the family is communicating with me. It makes it easier to cover her case more in depth because of constant information flow. Whenever you look at cases like Kadar Williamson, we have no biological family speaking out in her case, so it's gone quiet. There's no information. Yeah, Lily, we're actually at 5:15 now. I just looked again. So that's awesome. Like, I will get my community wall, which is great, because I can share missing person flyers without actually having to have people watch the videos. Um, I'm not a monetized channel. Even if I got to the monetization goal, I'm way below hours. So this has nothing to do with monetizing for me. It's literally just the ability to spread information. So, and that's what we need. We need to spread information as much as possible. She's still missing. Guys, we're almost to 2 months. There's an $11,000 reward. Someone out there knows. 516. I got another one. Come on. That's awesome. You guys are all joining the Sleuth Mom family. Look at all you little sleuthers out there, all 516 of you. It's awesome. My son wants me to put a pink bow on all of you. So I'm not going to stay on here too much longer. Yeah, Gabby, I don't doubt that. I think that's females in general, unfortunately. Um, you know, here's the thing. There are two different types of people who join that line of work. There are the people who have bleeding hearts and who want to do good and who want to make a difference. I've actually thought about going into that line of work whenever my children are older. So that number one, I can still be around kids because I love babies. And number two, so that I can help make a difference in these children's lives. Same reason that I'm doing this whole YouTube thing. I want to help make a difference for these children who have no one to help them. And so it's a line of work that I have considered getting into myself. I would like to think that if I'm in that situation, that I would do my best to help children. However, there's a whole nother demographic of people who gets into that line of work and they are in it for a job or the money or because it's easy. How easy is it to say that you made a visit to a kid or to say that you completed the background checks or to say that you helped out and not actually do it. And it's sad because there is a lot of people who do it just because it's a job. Or they start out doing it because they love it. And instead of leaving the career whenever they get burnout, they stay and they don't do their job as well as they're supposed to. And it's very sad. And so I know that there are good people out there, but there are also a lot of bad. Yes, Holly. Like, of course, there is a lot of love for Ariel in the group. A lot of love. And I was so blessed to be able to see all of the different wishes that people posted for her. It was amazing. And how many people went to her fence. If we could get that same number of people who went to her fence to decorate to show up at these rallies for her, that would be amazing. She needs more people showing up to be her voice. On the 16th at the courthouse, there's going to be a rally that morning. It's 8:30 in the morning. So we need people to show up and help be her voice, be her sister's voice, and support this family. Thank you, Shelley. Why does that job suffer from so much burnout? It sounds like this job requires way better training and staffing to counteract that burnout. So, Kurnoth, whenever you are constantly looking at kids that are abused or neglected or sexually assaulted or any of those things, it wears on your mental state. And I honestly believe that the workers should have to go to mandatory counseling. Even covering true crime, you see all of this bad all the time, and it wears on your mental state. Digging into these cases and discovering things that nobody wants to see, that nobody wants to hear about it. And I don't even know if it's so much the training as it is they all need to be in counseling, I think. Just to counteract all the evil that you're seeing all the time. I couldn't imagine some of these homes. Like, I don't know if you guys heard about the little boy who was beat to death by the boyfriend of the mom and then laid dead in his home for a year with his siblings living in the home still. They had no furniture, they had no food, they had nothing. And so a CPS worker somewhere has to deal with these children who lived with their rotting sibling for a whole year. And like the mom has openly admitted that she only went and checked on them every 2 weeks. And I think the oldest one was like 11. It's just disturbing. It's really disturbing, the things that these people have to deal with. Yeah, Tammy, I've never seen this in my life, how they are doing this case. Yes, Kendrick. Exactly, Lily Rose. I've never in my life seen the way that these workers are coming out of the woodworks commenting on the Facebook groups and stuff. It blows my mind. They all need to be accountable. Yeah, the abuse itself, the fact that it was reported by multiple individuals, it's the same thing as the Gabriel Hernandez case, because it was reported and reported and reported and nobody stepped up. And then the system puts the children back into the abuse. Yeah. They took her out of a bad situation. They took these children out of a bad situation and then put them in another bad situation. At least their parents were not physically assaulting them. And then they put them in a home and they started turning up with bruises. They started losing weight. Like, how is that not red flags? And then you find out that he has a felony for assault. It's just it's sick. It's very upsetting. Very upsetting. I think what we need to start with, though, is the rules. CPS guidelines have to change. I feel like as a country we need to do better on follow-up care. You know, these children, I have said this many times, should be getting checked on until they're at least 18 years old. I feel like they should have to have, 3 to 6 months, every 3 to 6 months, go for checkups with the doctor. I think they should have random home visits all until they're 18 years old to make sure that these children aren't slipping through the cracks like this. Yes, Gabby. I reference Orrin and Orson all the time for this case because it is the exact same case. They were adopted and a couple months later disappeared. And I think they were missing for a lot longer than when they were reported. I think I I I don't want to even speculate as to what I think they did with them. Um, but it's not very often you see a parent kill two children at the same time and not the other four. You know what I mean? So I don't know if they are dead or if they sold them. I'm not sure. That family was very financially motivated. Why do you think so many foster families and candidates fall through the cracks during the screening process for things like past crimes and other forms of abuse? I don't know. There is no excuse for the fact that these assault charges and stuff were not addressed. That should have been immediately a red flag and failed. But it's the same question as to how did they hire a worker who was a past murderer, literally sentenced and everything. So I think that it needs to be a Hawaii issue. Like they need better background checks or something. It's terrifying. CPS reform, absolutely, Gabby. Yes. Yes, princess. They need to make an example of them. They do. This family has to get activated. They need the lawyers to get activated. They need, the people who are going to be talking to the senators. It all needs to happen and it needs to go global so that all eyes are on them. So they have no choice but to change the rules, change the laws, and make a public example out of them the same way they did with Gabriel's case. Those CPS workers were all held accountable in that case. Gabby, neither do the Kaluas. They both filed bankruptcy. Sunny filed bankruptcy before the children were adopted, and Lehua filed bankruptcy shortly after. The same way that the West were not working, neither were the Kaluas. Yeah, it is a very deep evil. It's very sad. Thank you, Liplocked. I couldn't have done it without you, honestly. You gave me the shout out and it started help bring more people to this case. Um, I appreciate all you have done for Isabella, Ariel. Even if you haven't made like a video in itself, what you did by putting me on your wall really helped bring more attention to her. So I do appreciate that. If you guys don't watch Liplocked, I think you should. She follows the Summer Wells case very closely. It's another case that I follow, but I haven't made videos on Summer because her case it's not huge. It's starting to get national attention. Her parents are gonna be on the Dr. Phil show Thursday and Friday, but she's getting enough attention from YouTubers, I feel like, that I don't feel like it's important for me to make a video on her personally. I do watch a lot of videos on her though and follow her case very closely. I do share her flyers because I think she's just as important to put her face out there. The brother also filed bankruptcy. Yes, princess. They have no money. Like no money in the system anyways. They show lots of money on videos and pictures and all of those things, but no money on the books. No legit money. Yes. Yes, Chiron. It's sad. And so where do these kids go? Like I don't I feel like I did a video on Philadelphia the other day. And in Philadelphia, there was 24 missing children all within 1 month. And they were all out of 2 separate precincts of police departments. So are you going to tell me that any of those children are getting searched for by police? No, I highly doubt it. Because number one, with all the other crime that goes on in our world, they don't have time. It's a low level thing. And they just don't have the resources. And so there's so many missing that just completely fall through the cracks if there's not attention on the case. You know, if the YouTubers would not have picked up on Isabella, is it fair to say that they may have just completely ignored her case? You know, after that first week of searching, the newspaper stopped until I called the news out on several videos about not mentioning her name. We went 10 days without a news report. They were showing Brian Laundrie's helicopters flying around on Hawaii news, but not showing Isabella's flyer for 10 days. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. It should never happen like that. And I really think that these parents were hoping that if they reported her missing, that she would just disappear like all the other 2,000 Hawaii natives. 2,000 in this last year. Gone. Yes. Kedar Williams. You know, and the sad part is about her, Liplocked, is that no one is speaking out for her. She has no foster parents coming forward. She has no biological parents. Nobody has said a word. There's been zero updates on her case. And again, she's one of the 24 in Philly. Will we actually hear anything about her case again? I don't think so. I don't think that Philly will even investigate. Not further than the couple hours that they put into it the first day or two. Not longer than to take the police report. And it's disgusting. It shouldn't be like that. You know, so we're trying to bring light to her case. We're trying to bring light to these children who just disappear. And it happens more so with foster kids or kids that are involved in CPS. You know, they don't even actually have to be in the system. With Summer Wells, we've seen that her family had been reported to CPS multiple times before her disappearance. It's a failed system. It's not working. Yes, maybe we gotta. We do. You know, I wish I had more information from her. I don't know her family's name. I don't know anything. Even her last name is 2 different last names based off of which website you look up her disappearance. The family lawyer is supposed to be a famous criminal lawyer. He's got a lien on him for taxes. You're talking about what's his name? I can't even remember. The Kaluuya's lawyer? Yes. 4-year-old in a coma, another at the hands of CPS and fosters. Listen, if you actually sit down and look at the kids in foster care that go missing or that get hurt or murdered by their parents, it's disgusting. Foster parents, not their regular parents. Harris, yes, that's his name. Bill Harris or William Harris. It's absolutely disgusting, though, how many children fall through these cracks. I don't know what we can do to fix it without burning down the whole system and rebuilding it from the bottom. It's easier to build a new system than it is to try to fix this mess that is going on. Cops in Hawaii are more worried about finding and busting game rooms than looking for missing children. It's so sad. Last June, 600 children went missing in Arizona in 1 month? Awful. In 1 month? How? How does that even happen? So 600 children, their parents just don't care. Nobody's out there making noise for these kids. Or were they foster kids? 1,500 in LA County. Wow. See, okay, so this is my goal as a YouTube channel. Follow me or not. You know, a lot of you will stop watching once I stop making videos about Ariel, and that's fine. I understand the locals are in this for their child for the most part. Some are really wanting to, help everyone. I will probably follow more cases in Hawaii because I see the corruption now. However, not every case I'm going to do is going to be Hawaii. But I want, as a channel, to try to make as many videos for children as I can. I want to try to highlight these children so that if they ran away and they Google their name, they find out that somebody cares for them. You know? Right now, Jada Similton, I made a video for her the other day. She ran away with an older man who lured her out on Skype from her school computer. Her parents had taken all cell phones, all computers. They don't let her on stuff. She's only 14 years old. She had a school issued laptop that she was Skyping a man who was older than her. They found in her deleted web history that he told her to meet up with him in the middle of the night. She left the home at 2:21 a.m. and hasn't been seen again for almost 2 weeks now. She was lured out by this older man. Do you think she's getting very much attention? There's been like 4 news articles, and they're only starting to get more attention because we're starting to make noise. How do we know that she is still with this man willingly? We don't. She could be being trafficked. We have no idea. She's 14. 14-year-olds are not in their right mind to make decisions. They make mistakes, they run away, they do stupid stuff, they think they're in love. But if Jada gets on the internet, I want her to see her name, and I want her to see that her father is posting daily, because he misses her and wants her home. They've hired a private investigator now. They want her back. And she came from a good family. You look at the pictures, she's happy all the time. They had no red flags, they had no signs, and they are furious that this happened through this school computer that's supposed to be safe for children to use. But she went around and got through one of the bootleg sites so that they can look at her picture, or so that she could Skype with this guy. Jada Similton. I made a video on her probably a week ago now. I'm going to do an update video tomorrow, hopefully during nap time. So the police know the areas that this man lives. They've both gone off the grid at this point. He is much older than her. I think like 10 or 15 years older than her. And, even with his identity, they still can't find them. Yeah, they can't make rational decisions. That's exactly it. And they think they're in love. And you get these old creepy guys that prey on these children. And just because she left her house willingly does not mean that she's still there willingly. And so we still need to look for her, even if she's a runaway. She still deserves attention. She still deserves to know that people love her, you know? Yeah, be a voice. And that's what I'm trying to do, Chris. And the bigger that we can grow my voice, the more subs, the more likes, the more all those things, the more cases that we can get into the public eye. I can talk all day to the same 20 people, and I don't mind. It's a lot better than whenever I was talking to two. Because that was just 2 months ago. I was talking to like nobody. My mom was in the chat every night. and And so the more that we grow, the more that we can get these names out there. Not just Ariel's, but everyone. Yeah, and she probably thought she was talking to a boy her age or even closer to her age. She may have knew that he was a little bit older, but he's he's a lot older. He's in his late 20s, I want to say. And so it's just the level of creepy, cuz what does a 20-something-year-old man want to do with a 14-year-old little girl through a school issued laptop? And it's just, I don't know. It's sad. But again, why isn't her case going viral? Oh, it's not interesting enough. There's not enough drama. There's not enough whatever. Yeah. I love mom. Yeah, she was in here all the time. She still comes in a lot of nights. Um, and it gave me somebody to bounce off of. It's much easier to talk to a chat room than it is to talk to myself. I will let you know that some of my earlier videos that like it's just me, it was very awkward sitting here listening to it play back because I felt like so uncomfortable just sitting here speaking, basically. So I appreciate everybody who comes to the lives and watches. It really helps. But this is what we want to do, guys. Like, come join and, join the Sleuth Mom Club and just help me get these names out here and these faces. Help me spread the word. Not just for Ariel, but for everyone. There's so many kids. So many. And if you follow my Sleuth Mom Facebook page, I share flyers constantly. It's just it's hard to make videos for every single person, but we need to try better. We need to do better to share the information. Let me share her flyer real quick. Just so you guys can see who Jada is. Another one still missing. There's Jada. Another one that I was covering that is also a CPS failure is Angel Nicole Overstreet. She was only 5 months old whenever she went missing. And her mom was a drug mom. She lost custody at birth. And she signed the rights over to a dad. I do have a Twitter. Yes. It's Sleuth Mom. I think Sleuth Mom. If it's not just Sleuth Mom, it's Sleuth Mom 12. All of my links and stuff are in the description of my page. But Angel Nicole Overstreet, her mom put her into care of a man who was a violent offender. He's actually in prison right now for beating his mom almost to death. She's in a nursing home. She'll probably never be a normal person again, because he did that much damage to her. And he was the last person seen with this baby who's been missing for longer than she's been alive now. She went missing, I think, in May, I want to say it was. And she's just disappeared. Nobody knows anything except for the fact that this monster had her. CPS knew that he wasn't the biological father. There was a current custody hearing. going on between him and the biological father. And instead of removing her from his care immediately, they left her in his care and she's gone. And it's sad. It's sad because who's looking for her? Even her own mom posts on Facebook sometimes and then, goes months and months without saying anything. I don't know. Most media is for grooming children. Hollywood has done its job. Listen, if you look into some of the Hollywood um sex scandals and child trafficking scandals, it's gross. Mountain Girl does a lot of videos on that if you guys have ever heard of her. And I watched the one about Nickelodeon the other day and my mind like exploded because it was just so disgusting and so upsetting knowing, I grew up watching that stuff. Thank God I never became a victim, you know? My kids are allowed to watch like Veggie Tales. That's pretty much it. And Coco Melon, but anyway, guys, it is almost 1 a.m. here, so I'm gonna close it down. I had to push the live a little bit, a little bit. Sorry, Jada's picture says maybe with Predator, his damn. So whenever this picture was originally made, it was because we heard that she may have ran out with with a guy, but we weren't sure if it was true or not. Once they got the Skype material back, they knew for sure that she ran off with a man. Facebook got sued by 3 victims after they got older and never made the news. I'm not surprised, honestly. Yes, Mountain Girl is amazing. She really does make some good videos. Like I said, the ones on the sex scandals are definitely worth watching if you're not familiar with what goes on in Hollywood and behind the scenes. Good night and God bless you all. Yeah, God bless you guys too. I'm going to go ahead and close down. I'm going to close with a prayer like I do every night because I feel like it's important to make sure that we are keeping Ariel in our prayers and all these missing children. So thank you, dear Lord, for bringing us all together tonight and for bringing so many in to celebrate Ariel's birthday and for helping grow the channel, Lord, so that we can keep doing good, keep spreading awareness. Please be with these missing children, Lord. Work on Jada's mind. Help her to find a way to reach out to her family and let them know that she's okay. Be with Angel Nicole Overstreet, Lord, and help the detectives find her or any information leading to her disappearance. Be with Ariel, Lord. We pray that she's still with us and that she's findable. She's out there somewhere, Lord. Please weigh on the minds of the people who know where she is and really eat away at them until they have no choice but to give answers. Be with her family, Lord. Comfort them and keep them safe. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Thank you, Liplocked. I really appreciate it. Your nightly horn blasting. Good night, guys. Have a good one.